Good morning from Bali, Indonesia. My name is Anna and I'm currently on workation, which means my employer allowed me to work from abroad for a certain amount of time, and well, I chose to go to Bali. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I found a job that actually allowed me to go on vacation and the exact process that I took to, well, get here. And last but not least, I'm going to share with you a list of companies that also allow their employees to work from abroad. Let's get started with what is a vacation. So it doesn't mean you can work remotely the entire year, but usually for a couple of weeks or months each year. So how did I find this job? They introduced a similar program at one of my previous employers, and they allowed us to work remotely for up to 30 working days per year. And I thought that was already amazing. And when I decided to move employers again, that was actually something I specifically looked for in the job offer. So when I looked for my current job, I basically keyed in my job position plus remote. And this was the number one thing that came up. And I applied and I got it. Well, that was quite straightforward and quite easy. But it's actually really important to know what you're looking for, because there are quite a few companies that are offering something or something similar, but not all of them. Some companies, they limit it to Europe. So they say, okay, you can go, but only maybe 3 or 4 weeks a year, and it has to be within Europe. So I'm currently in Bali and my husband's from Indonesia. So obviously, in my case, that would have been already nice, but not exactly what I was looking for. So really look into the details of what the employer offers and then select and choose wisely. How did I get this job? In my case, it was very simple. I basically applied and I got the job. But I was also very transparent in my job interview, because previously I had worked at a company that probably wasn't the best cultural fit. So I was very, very open with what's important to me and what I value. And I would recommend you do the same, because you may be interested to work remotely, but the company, it's not their priority. So if you're not transparent about that, you may get the job and then later on you realize, oh, okay, maybe that's not like what I imagined. So really, I'd say be as transparent as possible. And if they then reject you, that is a good thing, because you will not end up in a job that doesn't match your preferences and values. Let's jump to the actual process. I did workations in 3 different companies, but 2 of them really had a structured program and 1 didn't. And I basically asked my boss if it was okay to make work from that country for a couple of days. And it was okay. But let's go to the ones that actually had a process, and those were usually super straightforward. So you basically had some sort of online system. You would key in your information like name, supervisor, how long you intend to stay, where you want to go. You press submit, your boss would get an email, and he or she would have to approve it. And sometimes it would also have to go through HR. And that was it. Like usually the approval processes would take 2 days, maybe a week, but it's usually super fast and super simple, at least in all the companies where I went through these procedures. Now let's briefly talk about the conditions, because sometimes I get the question, so do they pay for your flight ticket? Like, how do you organize your vacation? And no, the company does not pay for flight tickets. The process is usually that they allow you to work from anywhere, and they may have some sort of insurance cover for you while working abroad from the employer side, but that's pretty much it. The rest you have to take care of yourself, like flights and accommodation, etc. But I think that's a fair point. I mean, your employer is also not going to pay for your holidays usually. So no, they do not pay for flights and accommodation. And so now let's jump to some real life examples of companies that offer workations. And I found an article on the German Wirtschaftswoche where they basically list a number of companies. I'm going to actually name a few of those. I've worked at some of them, so for those I can confirm that the data is correct. Some others I do not know, so please do your own research, but I will give you some of the company names as inspiration. I'm going to start with some that offer a lower amount of days. So 20 days of vacation per year you could get at Deloitte, Booking.com, Amazon, and KPMG. Then there are a few companies that offer up to 30 days of vacation, such as LinkedIn and Danone. I don't even know how to say it in English. And up to 60 days you will get at EY and PwC. And then there are even companies that offer up to 90 days, which are Shopify and Airbnb, which makes sense because, well, it's a travel company. Those are all international companies, so you may be able to get a job at them all over the world. But I will also share some German companies because, well, I'm from Germany. So in Germany, there are actually quite a lot of companies that offer up to 30 days of vacation. And I'm just going to name a few, like Zalando, Sixt, Aldi Süd, DKB, Hugo Boss, Lufthansa, Otto, Delivery Hero, Henkel, SAP, TUI. There are a lot. And I think maybe now most, or at least quite a significant amount of companies in Germany offer some sort of vacation program. But there are also a few that offer more vacation days. So if you want to spend like the whole winter abroad, you may want to look for a job at one of these companies. So Continental has up to 40 days. Bosch has 54, which is an odd number, but not bad. 60 days is Flix and Merck Group. 90 days for Personio and ENBW. And last but not least, there are two companies that offer up to 6 months of vacation, which are Idealo and IU Internationale Hochschule. Congratulations, you can basically spend your winters in the sun. If you know of other companies that also offer workation, which I have not named, or if you actually work at one of these companies and the information I've given is wrong or outdated, please comment or let me know if you will also consider workation or where you would want to go. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!